Happy Astrological New Year! Woo! It is officially the new year in the astrology world, and I am so excited for it because honestly, I feel like this astrological new year just aligns so much more than like January being the start of the year because like January is still winter and I feel like we're still resting and getting our ideas for the year. So I'm so hyped to be going into spring now and for this whole new evolution to occur of the astrological cycle. Also, welcome back to Authentically Rubes. I am so excited to have you here. This is a place where we take care of our mind, body, and souls in our most authentic way, which I think is our most magical way. I hope you love my new little microphone. It's literally just my mic behind it, but I'm obsessed with it and I keep making videos with it, and no one can stop me. So, but, anyways, I want to dive into this New Year energy and what my main goal is, and really how you can have more fun this year. That has been a huge theme in my life is learning how to have more fun, and that being pretty much my main goal, which I really love because if we're not having fun, then like what the hell are we doing with our life, you know? So over these past few months, I've really just been taking care of me and asking myself, what do I want? What do I enjoy? And it's honestly been such like a beautiful, potent time. I've had such an amazing time just allowing myself to be and be comfortable in the unknown and really embrace it. And that's also what I feel like this beginning of this season really is that it's the start of something new. It's the season of change. And I don't know about you guys, but I can really feel it in the air. I feel this change energy, and I don't necessarily know what it's going to be yet. And I feel like in the past that used to really scare me that I didn't know what that was. But now I feel really excited about it because I'm like, wow, this is something I get to like discover as I go, which I think is actually really fun now. But I really want to dive into how we can all have more fun going into this astrological new year. And as you probably know, if you've been following me for a while or listening to me for a while, I'm a very emotional person. I feel very hard. Every emotion just feels like time 1,000 to me. And I'm sure that so many of you can resonate with that too. So I just want to share how we can have more fun as highly emotional people. Because what I'm learning is that the more that we feel, the more that we feel, which kind of makes no sense, but it also makes so much sense. So stay with me. It's that the more that we allow ourselves to feel the crappy feelings, the frustration, the stress, the anger, the sadness, that gives us so much more space and room within us and within our energy to flow into more enjoyable emotions like fun, like joy, and like peace, like things we just really want to embody. But if we are holding on to all of these emotions that we haven't let ourselves truly feel, that we've been trying to ignore and push to the side, and honestly, if you are doing that, I don't blame you. It can feel really tough as someone who has big emotions and someone who just feels so deeply. Like, I definitely have times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't want to experience this emotion right now. And definitely, there's times where I push it to the side and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it later. Like, if I'm at work or something, like, little side story to this, but yesterday I had never been so annoyed at at a customer in my life. I work in the service industry as a server at a restaurant, and someone just said not even something like that rude to me, but just the way they said it. And it just made me so mad. And I was like, F you. Like, I just got so annoyed. I obviously didn't say that to them, but I went into the back and I just was so mad. And I like said that out loud. And I usually never do that. There's something else about this Aries season that's really just got my feminine rage coming out. I don't know what it is, but I did a full rage ritual today, and there's gonna be a post up about that too on my Instagram, my TikTok. If anyone wants to try it out, if you have a lot of anger, hit me up. I will help you. But coming back to my point, how this story kind of ties in is that I just always find it interesting that the more that we suppress, the more that we push something to the side, the more things will happen in our life that are gonna make us continuously feel that emotion until we let it release because we've let it just get stuck in our bodies energetically. So it's just gonna keep coming up as a pattern. And I had that happen to me with anxiety too for so many years. And I notice when I'm not dealing with something because it's a pattern. And it's actually really helpful that our bodies do that. Like our bodies are so wise. They just want to help us. They just want to support us with feeling our best. And so them actually feeling terrible is actually a helpful sign for you when you actually start to see it like that instead of getting mad at our bodies. I feel like it's so easy to be like, I have no control. Like I'm so upset with how my life is going. My emotions just take over me. Like, no, you don't have to be in that anymore. And I understand how easy it is to get in that because I lived in that for so long as well. But knowing that you have the power to choose your own emotions when you actually allow yourself to fully feel them first is when you become like the little wizard of your life. And I'm using all my wand references today. Someone commented on my Instagram the other day, like, oh, fairy godmother Ruby. And I'm kind of obsessed with that. And I'm like, should I use a wand for every video and call myself that now? But we'll see. Like emotional fairy godmother, that's kind of awesome. So maybe that'll be something I do in the future. Basically, like all this has taught me is that the more that I feel, the more that I can enjoy my life. Because the more that you show up for those emotions that you don't really want to show up for and that don't feel good in your body, the more that you take the power away from them, the more that you can alchemize them into something that's actually enjoyable. And I know I love a practical tool, so I'm going to share actual practical things that I do because I think that's such an important part. I think in the spiritual world, we can get so esoteric that no one understands what you're saying. So I really love a practical tool. So I'm going to share a couple with you. For example, the rage ritual, like I was talking about, is literally just slamming my pillow against my bed, screaming into my pillow, shaking my body all crazy, punching the air. Great thing to do for anger is just move your body very wildly. It literally feels so good. I was laughing afterwards. I was laughing at myself because I recorded it and I was laughing at literally how funny I look. I'm going to post it too just to share it because I think it's hilarious. Kind of embarrassing, but I also just think it's really funny. And I think that that's a side that people just don't see of me ever because I do it in private. And I want to inspire other people to do that too because let's normalize those things. Why are we normalizing keeping our feelings inside and not feeling good? We should be normalizing actually healthy forms of expression. I think that's so important. And I think we've really lost the plot there in society of just accepting we have all of these things, like accepting these emotions that don't feel good within us and just claiming it as our own when really, like, it's just an experience. It's just something that wants to be moved through you that got stuck there because of a story we're telling ourselves or a perception or a certain experience that we went through that made that energy get stuck there. Like, I could go down so many rabbit holes with that. There's so many different reasons why our body stores emotions, but I'm not a scientist. I know there's so many books out there that have so much good actual evidence on this, but I've just felt it, and that's how I believe it. I've just felt the power of being able to shift my energy and shift my emotions. I really believe that's the most powerful thing that we can do for ourselves is when we truly tap into what we are capable of, like we just feel like we can do literally anything, which is so amazing in my opinion. It's helped me to have so much more faith in myself too and so much more trust and a deeper connection by actually showing up for what's going on internally. And then for other emotions too, like sadness, I also like to do a movement as well. I like to do jumping jacks for sadness because when you're sad, when you feel depressed, you don't want to get up, you don't want to do anything. Doing some jumping jacks will start to like physiologically change the energy of the cells in your body. They'll start to shift into a new energetic state, even if it's not perfect. Because let me tell you, most of the time I do it, it's not perfect. I still feel kind of bad, but at least I feel clearer in my mind and I feel a little more like myself. So I can actually take some action to doing something that I enjoy, to doing something that I know will make me feel better versus just sitting there and doing absolutely nothing. And then for stress, I feel like I have so many as someone who just went through really terrible anxiety for a couple years. But a big thing is just taking deep breaths and learning to sit with it, even though it's scary. That's probably one of the scariest feelings I've experienced is anxiety because I felt like I was having panic attacks and like I couldn't breathe, and that's really scary. So I completely understand if you're experiencing stress or anxiety, just trying to avoid it because I have been there. But the more that you avoid it, the worse it gets. And as someone who tried to avoid it for 2 years, do not make the same mistake I did. I just care about you guys so much, and that's exactly why I'm making this video now. So we can all have more fun together and learn how to move through our emotions in a way that is empowering and isn't just overly consuming our entire life. And so, other than just sitting with myself, I think for stress, also just shaking and moving your body is really good because it can feel really chaotic. You can feel so all over the place that sometimes the best thing you can do is not think at all. Because I used to try and think my way through every situation that I felt anxious, and that really did nothing for me. So, moving your body is really great for that. Shaking your body, jumping up and down. Breath work is a really great practice too, just to get more connected to your body and more in the present moment and allow your mind to clear for a moment as well. But also just like telling my body that I'm here for it and placing a hand on my heart and just saying, I love you, I'm here for you, I have your back, you are safe. And just telling myself that has helped me so much with anytime I'm feeling stressed or scared. But really, all these things just come together to show that feeling is our superpower, and we can either choose to be the hero or the victim. Being the hero by showing up for those emotions, letting ourselves work through them in a way that is supportive for us, and then being able to choose those new feelings from there and create way more space for joy in our life versus thinking we have no control over how we feel and getting stuck in patterns going over and over of emotions that we really don't enjoy feeling. It's really up to us, and it just starts one day at a time. I've been working on this for about 5 years now, and I've never loved my life more. I've never had more fun. I've been focusing on just being so grateful in the present moment. And when emotions come up, I'm like, this sucks, but I get to deal with it and I get to alchemize it and I get to be the master of my own emotions in my life, which is pretty freaking awesome to be able to say that. So I know that it can seem really tough sometimes, but honestly, I really believe in you because if I can do it, you can do it too. That is what the universe is all about. That if something is possible for one, it's possible for all. You just have to believe it as well. And even if it's just spending 2 minutes with yourself, taking deep breaths through something, that's huge. That's more than what most people do in their life. So give yourself so much credit for that. I want to add one more thing about this new year, too, to wrap up this video. And that I think a huge piece of this is all about embracing the unknown because we are in the start of a new 12-month cycle right now. And we don't always know what's going to happen. Like, I'm sure you guys have goals or a vision for what you want your life to look like, but a lot of the time, we don't know what the how is. Sometimes we don't know what the exact steps are to get there. But the message I just keep getting is to embrace the unknown. And I've been doing that lately and just doing my best to enjoy the present more and be grateful for the really little things. Like, I made a video the other day and I was just excited to eat bacon today. Like, honestly, when you get excited about things like that, life is more exciting. And the more that we can see every day filled with these wonderful little things that are just really true blessings in our life, the more that we're going to feel grateful, the more that we're going to feel blessed, the more that we're going to be able to live in that magic and that flow that we've been so desiring because the emotions that we want to feel are not connected to those goals that we want to achieve. Having more money isn't going to make us more happy. Going on the vacation we want isn't going to make us feel more peace. It's really the emotions that are connected to that we want to experience. But the amazing thing is that you can choose any time to experience those things. You just first have to move that clutter out of the way a little bit first to really create a great energetic channel for you to really just cultivate any emotion you want, which is really, really beautiful. Another thing is just letting the universe surprise you too, and not knowing exactly where you're going. Right now, my only goal is to have fun. That's what I set for my New Year's resolution. My astrological New Year's resolution is just to have more fun. And I want to help others have more fun too, because I've noticed how seriously I've taken myself in my life, how seriously I see other people take themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is the only life we're going to live as we know of. Like, we might as well have fun and make the most out of it, no matter where we are. Like, obviously, I'm not where I want to be yet in life, but I can still have fun right now and have fun on my way to that. And that's my biggest goal. It's just to embody that. And I think choosing to embody one specific energy, one specific emotion, is what really helps us on that journey. When we are focused on that energy, it's easier to pick up on it all around us. And we can ask ourselves, like, how can I add more of this emotion to my day? Like, what makes me feel this way? What has made me feel this way in the past? And really just doing like a brainstorm and getting creative with it. Like, I made a little list of fun adventure ideas that I can go on, and I'm gonna try go on one every single week for the entire year and just keep adding to my list about things that I just think would be fun to go do. And it's really that simple. It's nothing crazy. It's not changing your whole life overnight. It's not setting these bigger goals because you think that that's what's going to make you feel better. It's choosing one emotion that you just truly want to embody and stepping into that and seeing what that's like. And other things are going to come up around you when you choose that, because those things first need to be dealt with on the way there. I've felt so much anger the past few days after I set this goal for myself. And I'm like, well, maybe I just had some anger that needed to come out so I could have more fun. And here I am making this video after I rage ritualed, after I laughed at myself for screaming into my pillow, slamming it against my bed. I just love the contrast in that. I love how complicated we are as humans, but I also love how simple we are as humans. I do love finding the meaning in things and going deeper, but also simplifying really frees us too. And it allows us to just be present and to just focus on what it is we came here to do, just to enjoy our lives and to help make the world a better place. But honestly, each of us enjoying our lives already makes the world a better place because we're already vibrating at a higher frequency, we're sharing that energy with others, and that just creates more of a sense of community, of connection with each other, and I just really love that. So I think that's all I'm going to share today, but thank you so much for listening today. I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you have a ton of fun this year. I hope you make it the best year yet, because just know that that is in your power, that you can do anything that you put your mind to, but make sure you're having fun along the way. Please, please make sure you are. I'll be with you every step of the way. So keep following for more ways to have fun and to see the fun adventures go down. And I want to see yours too. So please send them to me as well. Also, please subscribe if you're new here. I'm so happy to have you here. And you can also send this video, send this episode to people who you think would really resonate with it and really enjoy it. So grateful for my platform and just getting to share with you guys more and more each day and to grow it more. So I'm just super grateful for you. I love you so much, and I hope you have a super fun rest of your day. Bye.